All right, kicking things off with Smirnoff, the official vodka sponsor of the NFL and the number one vodka in the world. Chris Cote, you're here.
Smirnoff!
Wow, you're on the money with Smirnoff.
Smirnoff!
Chris, you know what goes great with Smirnoff?
Smirnoff!
Yes, but I'm really talking about game day fit. The style's got to match the vibe.
Smirnoff!
All right, here's the deal. Game day is everything, and that's exactly why your fit has to match the occasion.
Smirnoff!
Starting this December, Smirnoff is giving fans 21 and over the chance to score limited edition Smirnoff commission merchandise from some of today's top creators, including Kayla Jones, Gavin Matthew, and Aleli May.
Smirnoff!
Here's the kicker. One lucky fan will take home the grand prize, a trip to the biggest game of the offseason. Plus, one fan will win Aleli May's one-of-one game day jacket.
Wow.
The merch will be dropped on select dates from December to January 21, and it's all courtesy of what brand?
Smirnoff!
That's right, Chris. Fans 21 and over can head to Smirnoff socials to learn how to sign up. And don't forget to grab a bottle of Smirnoff vodka, number 21 at your local retailer.
Smirnoff!
Please drink responsibly.
Smirnoff!
Number 21 vodka distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please do not share with anybody under legal drinking age.
Smirnoff!
No purchase necessary. Must be legal U.S. resident, 21 or older. Sweepstakes starts 12/15/2025 at 12 a.m. Eastern and ends 1/23/2026 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. See official rules at program website.
In America, half of every dollar spent on brand medicines goes to entities who don't make them. While middlemen like PBMs and 340B hospitals drive up costs, Biopharma is investing $500 billion in new infrastructure and manufacturing here at home, and helping patients buy medicines directly at lower prices. Tell Washington to end middlemen markups and put American patients first. Visit phrma.org/middlemen.
At Sierra, discover joyous deals on great gifts for everyone on your list. Like cozy slippers, ski gear, fishing poles, bikes, large kayaks, even larger canoes. Whew, which might lead to another discovery. Wrapping gifts is the only sport you need to stay fit this season. 'Tis the season to discover great gifts at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Welcome to the Big Suey, presented by DraftKings,
Why are you listening to this show?
the podcast that seems very similar to the other Dan Le Batard podcast.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for that.
In fact, the only difference seems to be this imaging.
I have been tempted in restaurants just walking past tables to grab somebody's fries that if they're just there. That hasn't happened to you guys?
I've done it.
And now, here's the marching man to nowhere, Fat Face, and the habitual liar.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Some stats here for Dianna Russini and by Dianna Russini. The Bills are now 4-0 this season when they allow 31 or more points. So the rest of the league is 8-70 in those circumstances. The Bills are 4-0. He is tops in the fourth quarter in quarterback stats of rushing yards, passing yards, and EPA in the fourth quarter. He's at the top of the list. No quarterback has been better in the fourth quarter. They're held together by Scotch tape, but what they've got at the quarterback position is crazy. Dianna Russini is going to join us now, but big award here for Pablo Torre. He's been named Sports Media Person of the Year by Awful Announcing. They have their annual awards. They write, when it comes to the year that was in sports media, 2025 will be remembered as the year that Pablo Torre found out perhaps no figure in sports media has managed to thread the needle of performing legitimate journalism while also adapting and embracing the reality of today's industry as deftly as Torre has. Transparently, Torre was an easy, unanimous choice for our annual Sports Media Person of the Year award, which we present to the industry's defining figure.
Wow.
Zaz, you comment on that or no? Anonymous sources on Zaz?
Whatever?
Yeah, whatever.
What do you mean, whatever? What kind? Why is there not enthusiasm for our teammate and colleague?
Yeah,
What-
no, cool.
Yeah.
Just everyone's bored by this?
Nice.
Ask Nick Wright what he thinks.
Who's second place?
It was unanimous.
It's you.
That's what I'm looking for.
The new Max Kellerman podcast?
It wasn't close. It wasn't. You guys are not very positive about your teammates.
No, we're saying it's so obvious.
It's like
This was his
Mendoza's
year.
Heisman. Cool. All right. He beat, Pavia by 1,000, 2,000 votes, whatever it was. All right. Cool.
Pavia doesn't think Pablo should
He's my teammate too.
That's right. At The Athletic as well. I would have nominated Dianna Russini for Sports Media Personality of the Year. I would have put her in the discussion.
Happy birthday, Danny boy. How you
look
doing?
At that. Thank you.
Happy birthday to him. I don't care. Good luck.
At what age do you guys think that birthdays stop being happy?
Death.
Your age.
6.
57. Each one of them, you're above the ground. Dan was a good one.
I feel like you've asked this about 6 or 7 years in a row. So about 50.
I'm thinking 50 is about the place that I would put it. She's the senior NFL insider for The Athletic, and she's the host of the Scoop City podcast. She'll be part of Netflix NFL Christmas Day doubleheader. First game is Cowboys at Commanders. She'll be in Minnesota covering Lions-Vikings for the afternoon game. Have you checked the 11-day forecast? Because I'm guessing that Minnesota is not a place you want to be during Christmas winter.
Oh, I don't mind it. It's indoors. So I'm very excited about that. I was actually just texting with someone in Minnesota right before I hopped on. What's the rough temperature indoors on a game day? And they said a nice 71, 72.
No. But wait, Diana, you got to get over there. Like, I understand that the game is not outdoors, but it's still unpleasant to be in Minnesota at anywhere outdoors.
Yeah, that's true. Do you remember the Super Bowl there?
Yes.
I do. That was probably one of the most miserable experiences in terms of dealing with just the logistics of getting from, I don't know, your hotel, which was like a few blocks from where all the action was. I remember Mina Kimes and I just huddling together to try to stay warm. It was so bad. So yeah, no, what I want to do is I want to ask a team for one of those capes. You know how the guys wear the capes?
Yes.
On the sidelines?
Yeah, every time Aaron Rodgers went to the sideline, they put a cape on him.
Massive.
No, it's exactly how you would treat royalty if you had a bunch of peasants on the sidelines just taking care of the king. They just put a big giant cape on him to stay warm for the 6 seconds he's on the sidelines.
So I found out that what it is, it's this big shell poncho that teams that play in like the tropical weather, like where you guys are, like they just wear the shell over. But in the cold weather teams, obviously like Green Bay, Buffalo, New England, Pittsburgh last night, what they do is they take like the inside of a poncho, it's almost like a quilt, and they button it inside of the shell. Some of them are heated. And how about this? Some teams, I don't know if this is that interesting to you, but some teams, their coaches don't like the appearance of it because it makes them look soft, right? Like you're huddled under this big poncho looking thing. So some teams have sleeves in it so it doesn't look so cape-like. Like remember Tom Brady like snuggling with Danny Amendola years ago in New England? Aaron Rodgers last night, he wears the big cape, but some guys want the sleeves so they look tougher outside of putting Vaseline all over their exposed skin to deal with the cold weather.
Put it on the poll, please, at Le Batard Show. Have you ever heard anyone say anything interesting after they start with, I don't know if this is interesting to you? She mentioned Mina in Minnesota. Let's get Mina from Minnesota giving us her Super Bowl analysis from a zip line.
Still with us?
This woman is one of the
with 4 is what it sounded like.
This woman's one of the best analysts on television. She's one of the faces of ESPN, and only you guys could get her to do that. I remember her telling me she was doing that, and what was that? That had to be over 8 years ago now, right? And I remember we were just starting together at ESPN, and I was going to hop on the show too to do something a little weird. And I remember talking to her in the Mall of America going, should we do this stuff? Is this going to help us? Like, we're women in a male-dominated industry. You know, our credibility's on the line every second of the day. And I remember looking at her like, let's just do it. And she did it. And I think she turned out all right.
Yeah, she was legitimately terrified, though. She was conquering a fear. I can't believe that she stayed with the analysis because she was so afraid. But let's talk about this Thursday night game for a second. I think that the most balanced team in the league is Seattle. The ability to stay with the Rams, even though they had that amount of turnovers, I thought was a credit to them. But of course, if I'm looking at both those teams, I'm going to take Stafford over Darnold, as is everyone who's listening to this. So no one's going to favor Seattle over the course of the rest of the season over the Rams, correct?
Yeah. I think that the jury's still out on whether or not Sam Darnold can deal with a high-pressure game. No one feels good about him yet because they want to see it, right? Until we see it. Now, do I think what he's done this year in Seattle has been remarkable, and at times there have been people around the league who think he's doing a better job for the Seahawks than he actually did in Minnesota, where they won a bunch of games last year. Look, I think the teams that are running the ball well right now are the teams that are finding victory, and they've done a really good job this year, Seattle, of running the ball. In terms of what they've done collectively, right, Seattle just taking a step back and looking at them, I think what John Schneider has done is easily executive of the year type of work, right? Just from the way they've built this, moving on from Russell Wilson, which I know feels like a million years ago, but they had to make that decision, moving on from Pete Carroll, bringing in Mike McDonald, who has been tremendous, definitely in the running for Coach of the Year if he continues to win this season. I think the Seattle Seahawks give the Rams probably the biggest challenge in the NFC without a doubt.
You mentioned Pete Carroll. You think he regrets the decision to go there? Because he's not going to dig his way out of there. They are doomed because they can't fix their quarterback situation.
It is a tough place to be right now. And whenever I watch the Raiders and you see Max Crosby do something incredible like he always does, all I think about is this man's legacy, right? Like, what is Max Crosby's legacy going to be if he stays with the Raiders? Because if he was on a team right now that was in contention and competing, imagine if he was with the Rams, if he was with Seattle, if he was with the Patriots or the Bills, look at Myles Garrett as well. I think for Las Vegas, Tom Brady's had a lot of say over what they've done. And I've seen people, I think Stephen A was talking about it yesterday, like Tom Brady needs to get control over this team and call the shots. Tom Brady's not there. Like, he's physically not in the building. But there's eyes and ears on the ground reporting back to him all the time while he's doing all these different jobs. So it's almost like he's got too many jobs to grab hold of what Vegas needs, which is what I agree with from Stephen A's perspective of weigh in on what you know and what you think could help this organization, because obviously the way they've done it hasn't been good. So Pete Carroll, look, obviously everyone's looking to see if whether or not Mark Davis keeps him. But that's definitely a place where I'm hearing people around the league wonder if he's going to survive this year because they can't get the quarterback position right.
Dianna, what is going on with Joe Burrow?
Okay, so I think everyone freaked out a bit last week, and rightfully so, because Joe just was very open, right? I thought that was a very vulnerable moment for him before this last weekend's game, where he was essentially just talking about how he's not having any fun, right? And I think we freak out because you hear that and you go, oh my God, like, is this going to be Andrew Luck, right? Like, or what is he dealing with something serious? We obviously don't ever want to make light of it. So I did a little digging on it and just talk. First of all, Joe Burrow is very private. We'll begin with that. Like, no one's calling Joe Burrow and being like, so what's up, man? He barely answers his phone. He barely texts us back. In fact, people I talked to that are close to him shared that. They're like, here's why I know Joe Burrow's okay. Ever since he came back from his injury, he's been communicating with people more. When he was recovering from the turf toe surgery, he blocked the world out and was just focused on getting back. He had the surgery. His foot was in a cast. He wanted to get back so badly for that Thanksgiving game. He cut the cast off himself. Like, just think about how crazy that is to just not wait for the doctor to do it. You do it yourself because you want to get to rehabbing as quick as possible. And someone that's been around him for years said to me, he's a serial killer. That is how badly he wants to do this. He is a maniac about winning. And so if you ask me what's going on with Joe Burrow, it's this kid is sick of losing. He's sick of the way he's losing, and now he's annoyed with himself because he's part of the reason why they're not winning.
Folks, listen up. You know my holiday pattern by now. Every single year I tell myself, listen, Chris, you're going to be thoughtful this year. You're going to get good gifts. You're not going to be lazy. You're not just going to get gift cards. And this year, guys, I have news. I pulled it off. No panic, no sad little card. You know what I gave? I gave an Aura frame. Like, why is it so hard to find a personal gift these days? It's for the people I'm closest to, my parents, my wife, my in-laws, my kid, like, the most important people in my world. I have no idea what I'm supposed to get them as a gift. But one thing I know, people light up when they get photos. People love photos. So I loaded up my Aura frame with all the moments I know they'll love. My daughter being adorable, random selfies, group pictures where none of us are looking in the same direction. I kept adding them because Aura lets you send unlimited photos and videos right from your phone anytime. And the best part, you can preload the thing before it even ships. So when it's open on Christmas morning, all the memories are already there. I'm telling you guys, this is a great gift. And folks, for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code DLB. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast, so order yours now and get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, so apparently everyone is launching their own AI agents now. You get an agent. No, you get an agent. They're automating tasks, running workflows, making decisions, and occasionally absolutely wrecking your day. You know what I'm talking about. An agent deletes the wrong files, changes something you've never approved, or just goes completely off script, like it's trying to improvise its way out of a paper bag. And suddenly, you're the one stuck trying to figure out what went wrong unless you're using Rubrik Agent Cloud. Because here's the thing, AI is moving fast, like really fast. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that lets you monitor, govern, and rewind AI agent actions. One platform that lets you unleash more agents faster without fear that they're going to burn the place down. You get full visibility into what your agents are doing. You can enforce guardrails. You can actually quantify the risk. And if something breaks, you just rewind it, like an undo button, but for AI. And that rewind happens in minutes, not hours or days. And if your business relies on AI agents, you need the ability to monitor, govern, and rewind their actions. Right now, Le Batard Show listeners get exclusive early access to Rubrik Agent Cloud. Head to Rubrik.com, that's RUBRIK.com, Rubrik.com.
It's the holiday season and the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite. The holiday is all about spending time with friends and family. Why don't you sit back and toast a few Miller Lights? Make your holiday time 'tis Miller time. And with the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite, you get to remember and reflect on all the good times that you had with your trusty buddy by your side, Miller Lite. Brewed for flavor with simple ingredients like malted barley, rich, balanced toffee notes, and that iconic golden color. And at 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces, it lets you enjoy the season without weighing you down. The original light beer since 1975, and still hitting different 50 years later. The best holiday beers are the ones you don't expect. Miller Lite. Great taste. 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. 'Tis Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Dan Le Batard.
You have some hot takes today. Joe Chestnut's a fraud.
He's on fire.
He called
Joseph
Connor
Chestnut.
McDavid overrated before the show.
What the hell was that, Greg?
Yeah, no,
I love it. Stugats.
Roy, let me explain it to you. And not that you know more about hockey.
And this
than
is
I do.
coming from a guy that's watched Connor play 6 times.
Right.
If that.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugats.
I was mentioning yesterday that because the Bengals have been cheap and a laughingstock the entirety of my lifetime, that I don't think people understand what a dreadful commute it is to just walk into that facility. Just the sadness and the cold of the cheapness of that facility. The place where in football that is as cheap as that feels as cold as that, if you're losing and going into the locker room is blank.
I mean, Cleveland? The problem is I went superficial. Like I was actually thinking about the facility, right? Like the Jets facility.
No, but that's what I'm doing too. I'm saying,
you're asking me like who's got a dumpy place?
I'm saying he's going to work every day and he realizes that he's surrounded by the minor leagues, that the only reason they're not minor league is because he's there.
Him. Yeah, no, it's a good point, and I do think that's part of some of his frustrations. He's seeing what other teams are doing, how they're operating, the type of staffs they have, the type of investment they're making into their football teams, and they're simply not doing that in Cincinnati. Now, he hasn't asked for a trade. He's not hinting at wanting out, from what I understand. But I think this is a mix of all of the things that I already went through and what you just pointed out. Because you're right. Like you go through the league, and we won't go through every single team, but it's really hard right now because so many teams have done a good job of upgrading. Even if they're losing franchises, they have good facilities, right? And they're trying to help their players behind the scenes by giving them the best training staffs, by giving them the best offseason programs to work with. So I think we could all kind of feel for him.
This is what I'm saying, Dianna. He's a star, and when he's sitting in their shitty brown whirlpool because they're cheap, he's looking around like, this doesn't feel like stardom to me. This place is amateur, and it's been amateur long before I got there. Well, that's right, Mike. I made the water in the whirlpool brown.
How many times have you been there?
Yeah, Have you ever been to the Bengals facility?
Same thing, Jeremy. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, wait, has he been there?
How did I get it right then? How did I get it right?
Yeah, Jeremy. I think you're just making
sorry. I thought that was Jeremy that said it.
Assumptions on Mike Brown, which are fair, but I don't know how bad I've never seen it.
Well, Dianna can speak to it.
How about this, Dan? I'm going to name a team, and you tell me what you think their facility would be based on your experience and what you know. Okay? So, the New York Giants.
I mean, is there facility in New Jersey? I think of everything in New Jersey as being browned.
Why do you have me on the show?
Brown whirlpool.
You have a very nice tan.
Look at her. I've hurt her feelings because she's New Jersey proud. Look at her. Look, I was born in Jersey City.
Here's the problem. It's all these people who think New Jersey is snooky. And by the way, Snooki's been great for us. She gets such a tough, rap. She's been great. She's embraced what we are. She's like, this is who I am. Not a lot of people are like that. Maybe I should be JWoww.
The thing I was saying yesterday is that the football of Sunday, everybody was talking about Bills and Patriots when there were two better teams, I thought, playing in Rams and Lions. So Vrabel comes out after the game and says that was a learning experience. What the hell did they learn?
By the way, the Giants facility is lovely. The New England Patriots facility is okay. They're getting a new one.
Top 5 and bottom 5?
They'd probably be bottom 5 now because they're remodeling. By the way, that doesn't look great for the Giants facility. It's better inside. It's nice. They've got a great cafeteria.
Like an elementary school.
It's newer. The Jets one is unbelievable. That's a really nice one. Look, I think New England has very good self-awareness, which is why this entire season you never heard them saying the way teams like the Broncos, for example, have said, we're going to the Super Bowl. What New England has done, I think, has maybe even surprised some of them. I don't think they expected to be this good so quickly. So when you hear the team, even Stephon Diggs talking about it post-game, this was good for us. Losing's never good. Nobody wants to lose, right? Especially guys as competitive as that group. But I think it magnifies the mistakes, the errors, and the weaknesses that have been covered up a lot by really good quarterback play. So what do we see against the Bills? We saw a defense that doesn't pressure very well. We saw a quarterback that didn't play very well. We saw the other quarterback come in and play like the MVP. And I think it was a nice reset of, okay, this is where we are not very good, and we need to fix it now if we want to actually make a deep run in the playoffs here. Because so far we've been good. We've won, 11 straight, 10 straight. But I think for New England, first of all, for Mike Vrabel, he doesn't want to be the lead dog. That's not his personality. He likes being the underdog. Remember with that Titans team when they went to the AFC Championship game and they knocked out the Patriots and Tom Brady at Gillette? They love being underestimated. So I actually think that's probably what he means. He prefers to be coming from behind.
She will be part of Netflix's NFL Christmas Day doubleheader. How is your husband dealing with the fact that he's throwing the Christmas party and you're not going to be there? Is he equipped to do all of this? Is he fine?
Oh, yeah, he's great. Eagles aren't playing that day, so that's good. It's my family that has the issue with it. They think it's weird. Greg, do you think it's weird that my husband is hosting 25 people on Christmas Day in our home and I'm not here?
Being honest, absolutely. Because I would be terrified. If it were my situation, I lean so heavily on my wife.
Lean back.
To do everything, to organize everything, to be the glue of everything, that I would be absolutely
to do
terrified.
everything competently because you're a toddler.
Pretty much, yeah. So God bless your husband, man. I couldn't do that. No, couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm being honest.
I think it's, look, put it this way. My siblings have yet to say, like, this is really nice. Like, please tell Kevin thank you. And, we're grateful. Let us know how we can help. No one has said that. I have like a sibling group chat that the partners are not on. And they're all in there like, or my siblings are like, this is weird. We don't want to come over. You're not there.
It is weird.
Why is he hosting? And what they don't understand and why I need their help here is I am trying to distract Kevin from the fact that I am not going to be there for Christmas and we have a family. That I am choosing football over that. And my siblings are they're not doing their jobs right now. They're exposing me by repeatedly being like, this is strange. Why don't we just go to a restaurant or, one of them host it? So Kevin can do it. I'm not worried about it. I just don't know how this is going to shake out when I get back.
Have you caught up on your Marcus Freeman reporting? I know that Mike has been doing a good amount of reporting about Marcus Freeman, and I was mentioning yesterday that outside of winning a championship, nothing could have happened better for Marcus Freeman's agent than what did happen to Notre Dame. Because now
true.
Now he doesn't have to prove anything the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's early. I think there's interest, Mike. Mike, I didn't know you were or is Mike even in today? I don't know if he's in.
He's an insider, Dianna. He's an insider.
Mike, if you want to do this, you got to do it every day. That's the key here. You can't just swoop in. It's got to be the everyday grind. Like right
just
now,
swoop in.
Yeah, I'm actually projecting. I am very jealous that you can just swoop in and be like, "Hey, I got a huge story," and you're right. We'll see. I think the New York Giants are definitely serious about interviewing him and meeting with him and seeing if he's a true, real candidate for them as they're putting together their list at the moment. And I think there's going to be other teams. I think there's going to be other NFL teams who have their eye and are watching to see how it plays out. Teams that even have a coach right now.
An early and premature Merry Christmas, because I don't think we're going to see you again before you do that Netflix game. Thank you for the year. It has been delightful to watch and listen to you. Senior NFL insider for The Athletic and the host of the Scoop City podcast. Nice seeing you. Thank you for putting on that birthday hat for me as well. I do appreciate it.
Happy birthday. If there's one thing that I would love to give you, we've talked about Mikey and Joey on the show a lot. For your birthday, I would like to hand them over to you for a weekend. I think it'd be good for you.
Oh, I would.
To who? To Dan?
To Dan?
Yeah, it would be good for Dan.
I'm good with kids.
He picks them up and puts them upside down.
Dan, let's be honest.
I'm good with kids. I'm good at renting, not owning. I give them back. Thank you.
Put them outside.
Thank you, Dianna. I appreciate it. We appreciate it, I would say.
Can I admit something? I was trying to feed Dianna that Marcus Freeman story a week early to totally derail Notre Dame's college football playoff chances. No, this is another thing that the committee has to take into account.
Did she ignore you? Because
no, she just had to do her own reporting. That's how, and she did. And a week later, the Marcus Freeman thing happened. And thankfully, Notre Dame didn't make the CFP. But that was absolutely me trying to sabotage Notre Dame's chances because I could say something and it doesn't really carry the weight that it does with Dianna. She's reputable, even though I broke a lot of stories in my day.
Well, she just said you can't swoop in and out.
That's
and
my thing.
You actually rebutted what she was saying by saying, but I can. I have.
That's kind of my whole deal.
I do. I just sweep in and out as an insider and then get out and don't actually have to do the daily grunt work.
If you could stop somebody from breaking in before they got inside your house, why wouldn't you? Most old school systems only go off after somebody's already in your place, opening your fridge, petting your dog, whatever. At that point, it's too late. It's reactive. Simply Safe is different. It's proactive with this double layer of defense that helps stop crime before it even starts. First, their AI-powered cameras spot potential threats outside, not just in motion, but an actual person lurking around in the bushes, behind a tree, in a car, under the car, wherever they may be. Then live monitoring agents jump in right away. They talk to the person through the camera, let them know they're on video, and that cops are getting called if they don't leave. That's how you stop crime before it starts. Personally, I trust Simply Safe to protect what matters most at my house, my wife, my daughter, my possessions, my things, my home, my safety, my peace. I trust that to Simply Safe. That's it. That's the list. No long-term contracts, no hidden fees, and Simply Safe was just named the best home security in 2025 by U.S. News and World Report. Right now, it's the best time to jump in. Simply Safe's last chance, Black Friday sale, 50% off any new system. Go to simplysafe.com/DLB. Again, that's simplysafe.com/DLB. There is no safe like Simply Safe. Hey guys, Tony here. Tonight at 8:30 Eastern, it's the Emirates NBA Cup Championship game on Prime. This year's quest for the Cup has delivered incredible moments and jaw-dropping highlights, and they've all been building towards this, the final two teams. The Emirates NBA Cup Championship live from Las Vegas Tuesday night at 8:30 Eastern on Prime. And if you're not a Prime member, that's not a problem. Sign up today for a 30-day free trial to get started. The Emirates NBA Cup Championship game tonight at 8:30 Eastern, only on Prime. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details. Thursday Night Football is on, and it's only on Prime Video. This week, the NFC West grabs the spotlight as the Los Angeles Rams visit the Seattle Seahawks. What a game! Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with football's best party, TNF Tonight. It's the Rams and Seahawks Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And don't miss the Broncos and Chiefs on Christmas night, only on Prime Video. Another massive game. Not a Prime member, not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Dan Le Batard.
Are you on the Fan right now? Did Mike Greenberg call you yet? Are you ever going to go back to ESPN? People think it's so weird you're a writer now. All those years on TV? All those years? And now you write? Who reads that?
Stugats.
Why did you take a job at The Atlantic? Mom, I work at The Athletic. What? You're on YouTube?
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugats.
I wanted to circle back around on what happened at the Heisman, around the Heisman weekend, because among the greatest controversies, it's silly to think about now, but among the greatest controversies that I've seen that are Heisman related around the ceremony is that one year Randy Moss showed up at the Heisman ceremony and dared to wear sunglasses indoors. This is a stuffy downtown athletic club. Everything around what they do there is from a different time.
But that's also from a different time. Like they have you seen the stage? The production value on this thing's incredible. It looks like it's Star Wars now.
It is a great, well, I drove by the downtown athletic club. It's an old, musty thing. It's been modernized, yes, but the ceremony itself, the idea of Saturday night TV show to name at a banquet type proceeding the best player in what used to be amateurism, it doesn't come with a great many controversies, but it is stuffier when it comes to sort of how we represent sportsmanship than most of the sports institutions we have remaining. To see Diego Pavia behave that way around that weekend was a punkishness that you just don't see around what it is that thing is supposed to be. It's not just what he said about the voters. It's not just that he was at a nightclub rolling with his friends and saying, bleep the voters.
The last time the Heisman was handed out at the Downtown Athletic Club was 25 years ago.
Oh, so I drove past the Downtown Athletic Club and Ricky was there, and so I assumed that's where it was. Where is it now?
Maybe that's where it's housed, but like the ceremony, like for television, been 2.5 decades since they've done that on TV.
Did you guys know that? I didn't know that.
I think it initially changed, might have been like around 9/11, and then they just found a better place.
Yeah, when you said the Downtown Athletic Club, it's a fairly small
Yes, it's
facility.
tiny. Yes.
And so I was thinking to myself, do they still do it there? Like, that didn't sound right to me.
Speaking to the mic.
It's not right.
But I didn't know it had been 25 years.
Speaking of 25 years, I just saw on the television here, parenthetically, they put on the scroll, they said Dolphins eliminated from the playoffs, and then in the parentheses, and these parentheses hurt, haven't won a playoff game since 2000.
Yeah. Unnecessary.
Longest streak in the NFL.
Mark Smith game.
I was there.
The way Pavia behaved around the weekend that he has since apologized for, saying that, look at what he's saying.
Apologized for? He wrote a book.
Yeah, he did, but he apologized for wanting to win everything, coming in second place, and then being a poor sport. You hammered him pretty good yesterday.
Well, first of all, his agent did a good job writing that for him. Classless, clueless, somebody before, knowing his personality, somebody beforehand, his coach, his agent, his parent, should have said to him, tone it down, okay? Tone it down. Be classy. Don't be the person that you've been off the field and even on the field. Don't be that guy. Be a little bit different right now, because everybody's watching you. And he just embarrassed himself in his school. You rarely see that kind of behavior, that classlessness on a stage that big.
I think he might have gotten support if it just ended at bleep the voters. People could just kind of say, I guess that's Diego Pavia, and the media is not very well liked. Even though those voters did make you a Heisman runner-up, it is an honor to go to that ceremony. It's a whole week dedicated to you. It's a really cool thing. You're surrounded by some of the all-time greats.
Right.
Some people would be grateful for that. But then to go to the club and have a bottle sign come out that says bleep Indiana and take what seems like a personal shot at Mendoza that way is also really poor form. Again, you're with these guys for several days doing media together, and then Mendoza beats you out, and your very first reaction is bleep that guy. Like, that's not cool. And when you juxtapose that with how classy Mendoza came off in his speech, it just solidifies to every voter that took part in that process. Like, I guess we made the right call there.
And wasn't there anybody in his circle telling him, no,
clearly no.
Don't put up
Theo
that
Vaughn.
Don't put up that sign.
I mean, to your point, Dad, they clearly got to him. He put out that statement. Like, they got to him.
Well, let me read it.
Eventually,
let me read the statement here and see if we bring in professional sincerity questioner Zaslow in to have an opinion on what he wrote on X. Being a part of the Heisman ceremony last night as a finalist was such an honor. As a competitor, just like in everything I do, I wanted to win. To be so close to my dream and come up short was painful. I didn't handle those emotions well at all and did not represent myself the way I wanted to. I have much love and respect for the Heisman voters and the selection process, and I apologize for being disrespectful. It was a mistake, and I'm sorry. Fernando Mendoza is an elite competitor and a deserving winner of the award. I have nothing but respect for his accomplishments as well as the success that Jeremiah and Julian had this season. I've been doubted my whole life. Every step of my journey, I've had to break down doors and fight for myself because I've learned that nothing would be handed to me. My family has always been in my corner, and my teammates, coaches, and staff have my six.
That's his back.
Yeah. There's no question mark there for the audio listener.
Okay, because the six
You never heard "Have
that.
My Six," Dan?
No, I have not heard that.
You've never heard "You Got My Six"?
It's all right. Just keep it moving.
What does that mean?
I love them. I am grateful for them, and I wouldn't want anything to distract from that. I'm actually distracted by the last two words in this statement. I look forward to competing in front of my family and with my team one more time in the Relia Quest Bowl.
Military term.
Yeah, watch your back.
How about that? Playing in the bowl, huh?
Watch your back.
Just
Watch
remember,
my six.
remember what Travis Hunter's girlfriend got during the last Heisman ceremony? She wasn't a finalist. She wasn't a Heisman runner-up. Keep the same energy, because it was pretty embarrassing behavior. And that statement kind of lends itself to him kind of feeling it a little bit, because it was an embarrassing way to go about it.
Yeah, he's doing some making up now and some repairing of the bridges he's burning and all, but he's forever going to be the guy who put the ass in class. Like, you can't say what he said and do what he said and then just say, oh, no, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. What a deserving winner. Nope, too late.
Well, see, that's the part that I want to come in, because I don't buy the whole, that wasn't me. That's not the kind of person I am. Like, that was what Dan just read. And that's bullshit, because his entire night, like, it wasn't a moment of, oh, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have done it. Like for instance, Bijan Robinson, remember on Thursday night, he was on the set with the Prime game, and he said, tackle the bad word, and people got offended, and it's like, that's a moment where it's like, I shouldn't have said that was kind of stupid. That's not who I am. Okay. Diego Pavia spent the entire night showing everyone, no, this is what I am. This is what I do. His entire night was geared around being an asshole.
Put it on the poll. Did Diego Pavia, as Cody alleged, forever put the ass in class? I'm curious about this. If Indiana had simply lost to Ohio State by 3 points, is Pavia the Heisman Trophy winner?
I'd suggest that winning the Big Ten greatly helped his odds. I think he was minus 130 headed into that, and by the end of the game, he was minus 1,000.
Yeah, it felt like that game was for the Heisman.
Yep.
Those Mendoza are saying.
That's pretty interesting, though, when you think about the fact that while the quarterback did sort of win that game, it wasn't exactly offense that won that game. So it's basically we're giving the trophy. Hey, your team went undefeated. We can't explain it. Here, you have it. And he had 22 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in the red zone. So.
I mean, all the great arguments, even though Pavia was more dynamic offensively and that team depended more on him. Yeah. Look, Indiana was in the playoff last year. But I know it's impressive to say, look what he did with Vanderbilt. I know, like I said, they made the CFP last year, but Mendoza did this with Indiana. Mendoza won. He won the Big Ten.
Number one team in the country.
They're undefeated. He won at Eugene. And he had moments on television with Gus Johnson having an aneurysm on the air.
Terrible call.
He had moments. Pavia, it was more like a season-long thing in accumulation. Like, he didn't have these signature moments. Like, his best wins against Mizzou, and LSU was ranked at the time. But, like, Tennessee and Mizzou, we already poked a bunch of holes in their resumes. They didn't beat combined a team over 500 in the FBS.
I do.
Or a team with a win over a 500 team in the FBS.
Dan, you never heard the 6, huh?
No.
You never heard it, got my 6?
6 o'clock.
So in military terms, you think about your body as the clock, right? So you're looking ahead, that's 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, right directly, next to you. 6 behind you, 9 to the left, and then 11 o'clock. So that's why when you're looking at something, hey, 11 o'clock over here, took a look. Yeah. And then you look at 11 o'clock, bam, it's right there. Like, I'm looking at Roy, 11 o'clock for me.
Put it on the poll at Batard Show. Have you ever heard of the back being referred to as your 6?
Just always hated when people say that. Oh, you see that person over here? 12, I know 12 o'clock.
What person?
12 o'clock's always easy, but after that, it's like, get out of here with that.
You don't know the clock?
Don't tell me 2:30, okay?
No one says there's someone out my 2:30.
Nah, people have said it to me.
Yeah, they do that.
Yep.
Yeah, when there's
Thanks,
a
Greg.
horizon involved in particular. Like, if you're out on a boat, and I say, look at that guy at 115 over there.
Horizon.
I'm 13.
Look, there's a trout at my 537.
Zero interest in the microphone today, for whatever
What are you
reason.
talking about? I'm eating the microphone.
Now you are.
What are you talking about?
There are a number of things that, as I celebrate aging today, a number of things that I've brought up here as things that are going to disappear or have disappeared. Cash is something that is disappearing. People are using cards more. I would say cursive handwriting is gone.
Pointless.
But the ability to tell time, is that now gone? Like
torched,
to look at a clock, a young person looking at a clock.
Really?
It's always digital now, correct? Like we are raising a generation of kids who will not know how to tell time.
My daughter
correct?
has an old-fashioned clock in her, so my daughter's teacher is teaching them the old-fashioned way.
That's great.
Yeah, Claire's teacher is also teaching, like, they have the analog clock on a worksheet, and that's how they figure out how to.
But that's going to be like cursive was for like me at my age, where it's like I learned it in the 3rd grade.
Right, they're not going to use it.
Yeah, by like 6th or 7th grade, it was done. Like once you get to middle school and they're no longer teaching you how to read that, like you will never have to use it ever again.
Dan, you know about that military time?
Yeah, we were just.
No, that's a different clock, Dan. Military time and having your 6 is a totally different thing.
2,400 hours.
Military time.
Yes, I know military time. What does it have to do with what we're talking about?
Military time's tough, not going to lie.
What is military time, Dan?
It's 1,200 hours, 1,300 hours, 1,400 hours. It's what?
1623 is what time?
1 o'clock is 1,300 hours.
1623 is what time?
1 p.m. 1623 is 4:23 p.m.
Okay.
Flexing on
us.
This guy math. This guy,
he
will take a quiz.
This
guy can do math. He will take a quiz.
But
Like
you notice
a couple people I know.
He did the move where like he said it out loud so we could have more time to think.
Yeah.
That's a move.
And with a bored sound in his
What
voice. Like, come on.
423.
He didn't know.
He said it.
Hey, somebody fed him the info. Come on. We all know it.
You got Lewis doing math back there?
I think so.
Wow, shot at Lewis there.
Do you have
Not a
sparkles?
shot at Lewis.
Sparkles on your face? Where did you get sparkles on your face from? You have under your
Baby.
lips some sparkles.
I know where you can get sparkles
Where,
on your face.
where did that happen?
I got to do that to my man.
So you guys are telling me that
don't do
kids
that.
today, if I put a clock in front of them, the majority of kids will or won't know. If I go under 10 years old and I put a clock in a 9-year-old kid and I put a clock in front of a 9-year-old kid, the majority do or don't know how to tell time on something that's not a digital clock. Put it on the poll, please, Juju, at Le Batard Show. Average 9-year-old kid can or can't tell time without the help of a digital aid.
20:08 is what time?
It's 8:08 p.m.
Okay.
Oh, wait, we're going to keep doing this?
Yeah,
You're going to
good
keep questioning me on
2009.
Yeah, you stumped me on that one. That one's too hard. Can you explain whether you have any shame whatsoever about the fact that everyone has to keep telling you to talk into the microphone as a professional broadcaster?
You know what?
professional,
I'm a
loosely.
casual man, Dan. I'm a casual man. You know, when in my real life, when I'm speaking to somebody, I'm not used to like leaning in and emphasizing my point. I'm a laid back guy. I'm going like this. You know, well, what do you think? I'm having a convo
We're on
here.
a show.
I'm having a conversation here. Okay, I'm welcoming the listeners into my circle, my
But Greg,
domain.
you can lean back and then just take the mic with you.
I know, but like you can hear me right now.
Not really. No.
Now pull it a little
Much
closer
less
to you.
quality.
How about right now? That kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
What?
Okay.
You want to try to keep a uniform level for your listeners.
Okay, I'm wearing a uniform.
Greg, they fed you a line. You're not supposed to say yes and then not give us the line. Like
Professional.
somebody. Oh,
That's
fuck.
a good point.
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.